If found guilty, Smokey the Bear does have jail time at roughly 120 to 150 months. Should be 120. Kilo Johnson, also known as KG, also has not served his jail time. He also has to be put on the left of Mr. Smoke Huncho. That would mean Sheriff Department just needs to move in. They are here over there as well. Mr. Quan Freeman also needs to be put on the juror side to the left of Mr. Smoke Huncho.
I tell them go Diego, go. What's the next step? Everybody said that they love me, okay, they just left. All I know is weave, and throw my best left. I ain't got her on TV to go see Wyclef. All you see is this LV that's sit on my belt, and you blinded by VVs, I can't help myself.
Almost 800, 900 of specific substances, controlled substances found inside your home. You have no explanation for those.
Nope. I know I kept
I
a couple
see.
joints in there in my stash, but that's for personal use for my Uncle Snoop.
Okay, so you wouldn't be able to explain the over $69,000 in corrupted funds found in your home. None of that. It's just placed there by random people in your home.
Money's money to me. I'm fucking rich.
So you're saying that people would place the drugs and the class 2s in there, but not take the money?
I mean, when you do a lot for the city like I do, people tend to look the other way when it's your shit, you know? They're
Okay,
not
so
gonna
you're
touch my
saying
property.
you're a
If
stand-up
there's-
citizen.
I definitely am. I'm running for mayor. I think this is a kind of a ploy to knock me off the ballot.
Gotcha. And so when it came to, I know prior in the week when you were discussing your food truck that you had, you were unable to place it in front of those establishments such as pillbox and hospitals or police stations or such, because there are those laws stated like legally that you're not able to place businesses or food trucks that close to hospitals. Did you not care to think about that, or?
I mean, when I've been doing it for 6 months with no problems, and LEOs even with the discount tipping me a lot of fucking money, I didn't think that it would ever be a problem.
Alrighty. In the case of D4L versus the state, I believe the state believes that all of the 9 convicts here before me are guilty of all the crimes listed. It can be proven by a series of events that the LEOs have monitored from the months of September to December. Through the reason why there is no providing of any footage in that is to keep the identities of those individuals involved in that department's identities safe and disclosed, so no threats on their lives are to be taken place. Furthermore, any witnesses that were involved would also, their identities are concealed for their safety due to them being continuous threats of them being a criminal organization, and as well as multiple evidence providing that they are a criminal organization, as well as all the items found inside of all of these individual homes. You can see that they are involved in multiple uses of trafficking, weapons distribution, and multiple crimes are committed, as well as them being all leaders or at least head people on the streets that, as they have found, as the LEOs have discovered through a series of investigations, these charges placed on them are not light charges and have been through there have been many cases where these individuals have been found doing such crimes. Yeah, that's it.
The reason we need a pause after the...
In our closing statement, the cops have already just said they won't release any witnesses' names. They won't really release any, officers involved names. They're concealed, is what she said. So obviously, from our standpoint, they're hiding things that are critical and crucial to the perception of D4L as an organization. What they say is that D4L is a criminal organization that shoots cops, kills cops, and things of that nature, when in reality, from what Smoke says, they are a family. and families defend themselves when they are provoked. Everything that this family does, they grind for. These things take time. The family's not perfect. And when law enforcement thinks that they can just enter in, sometimes things aren't going to go their way and things are going to look bad. And now they feel like they had enough sufficient evidence to make a Rico case out of all this. And in that, they decided to take probably upwards of 80 to 90% of what everybody has to offer within this family. This is an attack on the family. So, like I said, in closing words, it's all about their motives. We feel as if their motives were to just derail anything that we have going, anything that we want to have going, and they blind themselves from anything good that we have done. We are the only organization, we are the only family in this city that has lasted this long with entrepreneurs, businessmen, model citizens, and overall bring full life to the city. Taking something that we have worked so hard every day, every night, so hard for, will derail and hurt a family. So things will not get better if the verdict does not go our way. Things will remotely kind of stay the same. So I'd say this decision is for you, Your Honor. You help in ways that these fools on the LEO, the law enforcement, can't see because of their obvious greed for whatever's in our storage containers. So like I said, this all comes down to their motives and why they want to do these things. Is it because it helps the city? Is it because it helps the civs that live in it? Or is it because of the greed that the law enforcement have? That's the only thing that I would say I want you to think about before making this verdict. As far as that, I've said my piece.
Okay, now to give everyone the boring news. The deliberation part will take place between myself and Judge Willie whenever decision is made off of this. Currently, let me see, it's 7:38 p.m. Eastern. We'll officially go to deliberation at 7:40 p.m. Eastern. I expect us to get out at about 7:40 p.m. Eastern, but there's a potential chance it may lead. Oh, I'm sorry. I do have to correct myself on that. We'll go to deliberation at exactly 7:40 p.m. Eastern in 2 minutes. We should be out. The earliest, I believe, would be 7:50 p.m. Eastern, but I would not be surprised if we potentially are in deliberation until 8 p.m. Eastern. The decision, like I said, will be made between both of us. Any type of, I know I did have this discussion as well with a couple people if there would be a chance to appeal or anything like that. And I do want to say this in front of D4L. I want to say this in front of every LEO here. The closest thing we could have had to potential special treatment would be if there was a chance to appeal. No other case in this city has ever had a chance to appeal. And normally a judge would not say this, and I compare it to everyone else who is a judge and who's had this job before. I'm not going to take the bitch way out of it. There's going to be no chance of appeal if a decision's made. That's 100% on myself, my responsibility for making that decision. Yes, Judge Willie and myself are in deliberation, but that is considered a final decision, no special treatment. And like I said, also with the two who are to the right, I will not refer to them as suspects at the moment, but whenever we do come out of deliberation, whenever a verdict is given by myself, Smokey DeBear and Kilo Johnson will be the first ones up, so you guys will hear a different how it may possibly go. Not everyone's verdict is going to be the same. We have 8 people to go through, so we have potentially 10 to 20 minutes, like I said, of deliberation. Then the verdict part of it, not to scare anyone off, that will potentially take anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. If I have a little bit of black tea while I'm in deliberation, it'll probably be faster than that because I got to talk fast as hell because everyone has better things to do. Should be back in about 10 to 20 minutes.